All right, guys. So Dillon Danis finally breaks his silence and he comes out to make a public statement about the fight. Actually, about the fight, about the brawl after UFC 229. Basically, apparently he called Khabib Nurmagomedov. I'm not even gonna say it on the channel because it's like, I don't know. That's just, he called him something very. It was like it's not a racial slur. He really said something nasty about Muslim religion. So he apparently was accused of saying that to Khabib while he was in the corner. The thing is, when you're in somebody's corner, you need to be given advice of how to win. Conor McGregor has a bunch of simple-headed people around him. Like, if he was saying that in the corner, how dumb? How dumb? And then on top of it, it's like he came out and basically said that, Khabib's team or whoever is trying to do a smear campaign against him. I have no clue why they would be doing that because Dillon Danis really, to be honest, without Conor McGregor, he's not really well known and nobody really likes him. I don't know anybody who likes the guy. I happen to like his fighting, like his jiu-jitsu, but nobody really likes him. Everything that I see about Dillon Danis, it's all really bad, actually. It's all really bad. The only people who like him are the people who like Conor. The moment they stop liking Conor, they will stop liking Dillon, right? He just doesn't really have fans like that. So I'm not sure why a smear campaign would be out about Dillon Danis. I'm just not sure why. When they could just smear Conor. Go for a whale. You don't go for the guppies in the pond. You go for the whale in the ocean. Anyways, he did come out with a statement and say that he would never, I want to read this verbatim. He said, Khabib fans are attempting to smear me in an attempt to justify his actions. Okay, so he said that the Nevada Gaming Commission investigation will reject all of these claims about him saying anything racial, yada, yada, yada. He also said a bit where I thought that he said something that he would never, talk about anybody's religion or something like that. I believe that that's what he said, but I don't see it here. So I'm guessing he didn't even apologize. He didn't really say anything. He didn't apologize to the fans who might have been offended by that. And, he's just saying he did not do it. He didn't say it. And this is what I have to say about it with Dillon Danis and Conor McGregor and that whole team. They were using the racial angle the whole time. They used the racial angle the whole time. They were very borderline with saying that Muslims were, he said, I hate you. I hate your people. He said, you Dagestan. He called, he was using Dagestan. He was using the word Muslim with a lot of nasty, aggressive language, right? He was doing that. He was doing it. Now, Khabib was making it seem like, not water under the bridge, but Khabib was just letting it roll off his back. Or so it seemed that Khabib was letting it roll off his back. Obviously, Khabib was taking it to heart. He was. Okay, this is what Dillon Danis said. He said, I have never and would ever denigrate anyone's religion. That's what he said. Now, that is not in quotes, though. Is that part? That part is not. Actually, I can never tell. These articles are so ill-written sometimes. It's just, it's almost like you're reading a third grader's homework assignment. Oh, no, you got this wrong. There's a typo here. A comma's supposed to go there. Quotation marks go at the beginning and the end. It can be a joke sometimes reading these articles. But anyways, I'm just going to continue with it. I believe that Dillon Danis did say, I have never and would ever denigrate anyone's religion. But it doesn't matter because you did denigrate people's religion when you stand with the guy who was saying things like that. And I'm not even sure why they're going for Dillon Danis. Conor was saying it blatantly. He was blatantly saying this in the press conferences, right? That's why I didn't even do a video about the second press conference, because I was just like, I'm surprised that people are not upset about this. They were upset about my video where I said that Ali, that when I went back in Ali's past and said, look, Ali, man, this guy living with a terror cell, that's just disgusting. You wouldn't believe the amount of comments I have to block on a day-to-day basis since that video came out, but I don't care. I am not racist at all. So I know that all of that is just, emotional, very emotional. So sorry, that video had nothing to do with Muslims. It had to do with Ali, specifically Ali. Yeah, but I can say if you roll with somebody who's just out and out, I mean, he's just saying, Conor was saying all types of things about him in terms of being from Dagestan, being Muslim. And that was it. That was his whole angle. And then he really couldn't say much about Khabib because Khabib is really a stand-up guy. Khabib is the calm. So it's like when Conor couldn't get creative, he just started going in on his race, his religion, his country, his nation. So Dillon Danis can come out and say this, and it's fine. It's the fight game. I think that people are probably not going to get that offended about this, even though they should. They really should. But if Dillon says that he didn't say it, fine. Maybe he didn't say it. But at some point, if you're so close to Conor, at some point you may need to. When I'm close to my friends, I say, hey, that's wrong as hell. Come on now, you got to reel that back in. You can't be doing that. I'll say something like that because I think Conor knew that he was crossing the line, and I think Dillon Danis knew that he was rolling with Conor in crossing the line there. I'm glad that Khabib he really stood up. He really, really stood up, and everybody is under the fire because of it. There's one narrative that Khabib keeps up with, and he says, what happened to Conor when he was talking about my religion, my people, my nation, this, that, and the next? Nobody said anything about that. So don't say anything about this. Let me get my vengeance. Right? Let me get my proper vengeance worth. And the thing is, I think Khabib really does believe that Dillon Danis said something about him, that was very offensive because everybody's concerned. We're like, why did Khabib just storm at Dillon Danis of all people when he had Conor McGregor laying helpless on the ground? He could have finished him. He could, when I say finished, I'm talking about Mortal Kombat style finished him. He could have finished him right there, but he walked away from Conor. And he was going to just kind of talk a little bit of crap, walk around the octagon, like he was going to let the energy out. But all of a sudden, he saw Dillon Danis. He started talking crap to Dillon Danis. They were talking crap back and forth to each other, but something made him jump out of that octagon. I think this is it. I think this might have been the reason. I really do. Anyways, guys, that's just my take on it. I hate to kind of, keep going into this fight card because a lot of what's being talked about with this fight card is trivial at best. The big things that people should be talking about is, one, yes, the racial aspect of that fight. It got heated. It got very heated, and maybe something should be done about. Now, it's going to be hard to tell a person, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say this. No one's going to listen to that. I can tell you that. Nobody is going to listen to that. But when it comes to when you're going to punish somebody, if you're going to have some sort of punishment or sanctions, it needs to be across the board. You can't sanction the fighter that makes 7 and 7, but then say, oh, well, this guy makes $1 million. He brings in this many views, so we're not going to sanction him. It's not going to last. That's not going to last. It really isn't. And then another thing is, period. Khabib needs to be paid. That's just that. I'm going to do a separate video about that, but there is an ugly precedence being set by them holding Khabib Nurmagomedov's purse. Very ugly precedence being set by them holding his purse. So I don't like that at all. They need to pay that man. Anyways, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It's all getting really cloudy, this whole UFC 229 post-fight situation, but I think something might be able to come out of it. Anyways, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comment section.